Hey, this is Kevin Beezer with Dog Tag Athletics. I'm gonna do a quick video on how to improve your 2-mile run time for the ACFT. For those that may not know, the ACFT is an Army Combat Fitness Test. So a little background on myself. I'm a Staff Sergeant, 25 Bravo in the Army. I've been in about 7 years now. My best run time was a 12:17 in basic training. That was a while ago. I usually stay anywhere from a 13-minute flat to a 13:30. Throughout my career, I had a bunch of setbacks where due to lower back injuries or knee injuries or something like that, where, you know, my run time fluctuates. But that's the range I usually stay in, is a 13 minutes or a 13:30. What I'm gonna be talking about throughout the video is the workouts that I do and what works for me. Everybody's body is different, and how they recover from it, how they recover from workouts and how long they need to be running or how fast they need to be going. Everybody's different. So this is just from what I experience and what I know that works for me. And this is what I'm doing now, due to the fact that I had a hip surgery about a year ago, and I'm nowhere near where I want to be. So the times I'm going for now is about, I'm trying to get under 14 minutes right now. Even though I'm still recovering, I can say I'm able to run 14 minutes, no problem. Probably a little bit under that, but I'm gonna be feeling it the next day. So this is the workouts that I'm doing, is what I'm gonna be talking about in the rest of the video. So first things first, I'm gonna start the video off with my warm-up drills. I think warming up is important, especially with my situation where I have to warm up my hips and my lower body. I have to warm up my lower back area. Everything just has to, I have to be ready to go. So I take about 20 to 30 minutes to warm up, and then I get into the workout. That's why my previous video I talk about before PT. We had PT at 06 in the morning. I'm up at 4 at the gym. I'm up at 04, and I try to get to the gym as before 5, warm up, do my own workout, so I'm ready to go for our PT formation. So I think warming up is a big key to staying healthy, staying injury free, and also after your workouts, do your recovery stretches and stuff like that. I wish I would have, throughout my career, I never warmed up. Besides PT, we did our prep drills, but for my own workouts, I just went straight into them. I didn't really focus on stretching, so my mobility sucks right now. So that's something I'm working on. And just kind of, if you're thinking about joining, just kind of focus on those areas too, because those are important as well. Just focus on your mobility, because in the long run, those things catch up to you. All right, so we're gonna just get into this video. Like I said, we're gonna start with my warm-up process, and then we're gonna get into the actual workout. All right, what's going on, everybody? We're back again. So like I said, this is gonna be my warm-up drills. I usually start off with the lower body first with the fire hydrants. These exercises right here is just gonna be focusing on opening up the hips, kind of getting everything loosened up. So next, we're gonna get into the side lateral raises. They probably call them side hip raises, same thing. So we do both sides. I do 10 to 20 reps per leg. Like I said, just getting everything warmed up and ready to go. Next, we're going into the single leg over. You can do a stretch as well on this one, but I just kind of go with the movement and get a full range of movement on this. And again, it's going to be 10 reps per leg. All right, for this next exercise that we're going to do is called donkey kicks. With this one, I try to bring my knee as far forward as I can, and then try to get a good stretch as I'm kicking it out. And as I'm kicking, I'm also rotating the hips as well, and just going through the motion. So this one is a good army exercise right here, the bent leg body twist. This is great for the lower back area. Usually when you do it during PT formation, you hear everybody's back cracking with this exercise. So this is great. This is a great exercise right here. So this one again, I'm just kind of loosening up the lower back area right there. And I don't know the name of this exercise, but this is great as well for stretching out the quads and loosening up that lower back right there. So next we're gonna get into thigh stretch. The thigh stretch, I usually do a twist as well, trying to open it up a little bit more. And then I'm gonna stand up and do, some, I think these are called like, just swinging the legs, just basically trying to loosen up everything. And then some more trying to open up the hips right here. So all of that should take about 5-10 minutes, not even. And then this is great. This is another great one right here for loosening up the lower back and the hamstrings, the inchworm. So I usually do 5 to 10 reps of this one. Due to the space, I'm just staying in one spot, but I usually kind of move, go down about like 20 meters or so. So right now we're gonna get into the workout. We're gonna start this off with if you picture a track right now, just basic, high school track or something. I walk a lap first, and then after I'm done with that, I'll do a slow jog around the track, and just kind of loosen my body up and get my heart rate up a little bit. So this workout is gonna be a 400-meter run for 8 rounds, and then in between those. In between the runs, I'm going to be doing 15 push-ups and 15 sit-ups. There's no breaks. So once you're done with those sit-ups, you go straight into the next 400-meter run. So now I wouldn't say this is a sprint, but you're going to be running faster than you normally run during the PT test. So for example, if I'm running at a 7-minute mile pace, I'm going to try to run at a 6:30 or 6-minute flat mile pace. With this one, I'm really trying to focus on my heart rate, due to the fact that during the PT test, my heart rate is elevated, my heart rate is more elevated during my PT test, because I'm pushing myself a little bit more, I'm being competitive with the people around me, and I'm giving it all, trying to get that 13-minute or even, try to get in the sub 12, the sub 12, time frame. So for these type of workouts that I do, you can do this workout on a treadmill, you can do this workout, on the track. I try to keep my heart rate at anywhere from 80 to 85%. I have another workout that I do where it's a kind of a low heart rate training, but this one I'm trying to mimic what I'm doing during where my heart rate is going to be during my PT test. So anywhere from 80 to 85%. So I also wear a heart rate monitor on this one. I couldn't really see my stats where I was at because I was filming on my phone, and the app is on my phone. But the heart rate monitor that I use is called myzone. So if you get that, it works perfect. It tells you where you need to be. You just you just plug in your body weight and your height information, and it kind of tells you where you're at. So for this one, I'll put a picture up and kind of show you what my stats were. So for this workout, you probably want to do it once or twice a week, and it all depends on how you feel and how your body feels. I do this probably once a week, some type of sprint workout or some interval type training. So I'm not straining my body too much, because I'm not just only running, I'm also lifting weights and doing other stuff as well. So I feel like once a week, trying to get some max heart rate type training in is effective for keeping me healthy. If you're thinking about joining the military, I would start running now. You know, work if you haven't ran at all, you know, just start off with a mile every other day or something like that, and then just kind of build from there. Usually most units I've been to, we're running 3 times a week. Either Monday is going to be your, I would say anywhere from 2 to 6 miles on a run day. I mean on Monday. Wednesdays is usually our sprint days, where you're doing either 30-60s, where you sprint for 60 seconds. You know, you sprint for 60 seconds, you walk for 30 seconds, or it can be the other way around. Or you do 60-120s, where, you know, you sprint for a minute and then you walk or jog for, you know, 120 seconds. So, and then Fridays is another, either we usually have like a, you know, platoon run or a company run, or, you know, you can have a battalion run on Fridays. But it's usually the same thing, you know, anywhere from 2 to 5 miles or something like that. And most units I've been to is always the same routine. It's Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays is going to be your run days. The Army's kind of transitioning now into like a more, I would say, a CrossFit style type of training. But you still have that 2-mile run for your ACFT test. So it's going to be the same. We're going to be running probably 2 to 3 times a week. So if you're thinking about joining, like I said, just, you know, start building that cardiovascular system, because it's just going to make basic training a whole lot easier when you go through. Now, talking about the way it works in basic, you know, there's different levels. You're not expected to run at like a 7-minute mile pace. I would say you need to be running, at least at minimum, be running at a 9-minute mile pace, because usually most company runs are going to be held at a 9-minute mile pace at minimum. But everybody's the standards are all the same now, due to the fact that the ACFT test is, you know, gender neutral and age neutral. So just kind of build, you know. I also do this low heart rate training as well, where you just go on YouTube and just kind of just look up zone training, or kind of zone running training. I try to stay at a zone 2, where my heart rate is anywhere from like a 60 to 70% range. And on the myzone heart rate monitor, it kind of tells you where you're at by the color. So if I'm at a yellow, I'm at that zone 2, zone 3 level, where I'm able to hold a conversation and still run at the same time. So if I know I'm running a 14-minute 2-mile run, and I'm trying to bring it down by 30 seconds, I would try to get my body comfortable. I would try to get my body comfortable at running a little bit more. So I would add another run day to the week or something, where I'm only running like 2 miles or at max 3 miles, and I'll run at a 70% max heart rate pace. So I'm not trying to push myself. I'm just trying to keep my heart rate at the same level where I'm not struggling too much. And over time, you know, your body's going to get comfortable at running at that pace, and then you'll pick it up. So if I notice in a week, all this takes time. It's not like you run for a week and then, you know, next week you're going to be running faster than what you did last week. You know, it probably takes months to build, to improve your run time. So if you know you got a PT test coming up, and usually you get a 6 months notice once you take your last one. Usually we're doing a PT test every 6 months. You want to start training for it now. And I usually start off with the low heart rate training. I'll stay at a 70% max heart rate, and then I'll do 1 or 2 sprint workouts throughout the week, trying to elevate my heart rate up around 80 to 90. And, you know, I just keep doing that. And then over time, I'm just gonna build. So if I see that I beat my time if I got 14 minutes the last time I tested myself, and now I got 13:30, I'll try to see where my heart rate is at again, and just kind of build from there. So all this takes practice, and it goes with experience. So you just need to get out there and actually put in the work. You know, if you're not putting in the work, you ain't gonna see results. So just put in that work. Get on the treadmill, get on, you know, run on the road or run outside, I mean, or run on the track, it doesn't matter. I say the best thing to do is run where you're gonna actually do your tests. So for me, I actually, when I test myself, I go on our ACFT route, and I'll run that route to test myself to see where I'm at. So that's kind of my advice. Like I said, I'm not an endurance coach or a running expert. This is just kind of what I do for my body, and everybody's body is different. So like I said, just put in that work, and you're gonna see those results. So my whole goal for this channel is kind of just to promote healthy lifestyle through fitness. Trying to just kind of push everybody to be above the standards, and eventually I want to start getting other people on the channel, other MOSs, to talk about their experience and kind of what they do for their job. Want to start showing like different ways units train and how they work out and stuff like that, to stay fit for their MOSs. So that's going to be all down the road. This is work in progress right now. I'm gonna start posting more frequent, and eventually the video quality is gonna get a lot better. I'm working on my editing skills and just kind of learning everything there. So everything's gonna get a lot better through time. So if you have any comments or any questions about the Army in general, just leave a comment below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. There's gonna be more content coming. And yeah, that's about it. All right, as you can see here, so this is the stats from the heart rate monitor that I wear. As you can see, I mostly stayed anywhere from that 80% range, where that's all in yellow. There's been a few times where I went up into the 90% range where it shows in red. But yeah, this is a great tool trying to see how you feel at certain ranges and where you feel comfortable at, and then just kind of build from there. So I would recommend either use your watches. I use a Garmin watch as well to check my heart rate, and it's great for distance as well. Yeah, so that's the end of the video. Overall, we did about like 2 miles and some change, so it was a great work.